Good morning, and how are we doing? Actually, it's afternoon now. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, it's actually 4 o'clock. I seem to have time traveled 4 hours. I wanted to do let me get this off my microphone stand because it's just going to pick up all kinds of noise. I wanted to do a little video about something that got mentioned yesterday from Ko-fi or Ko-fi, whichever way you want to look at it. Ko-fi is like this. If you ever seen one of those sites where you can like gift somebody a coffee, maybe you don't want to necessarily work with them, but maybe you want to like donate to them and they're not on Twitch, maybe they're on social media, Facebook, Twitter or something like that, and you want to just like tip them something because you maybe got some information out of them, or like they wrote a blog post or something that impacted you in a way where you wanted to like give them a little tip or a donation. And these platforms are built specifically around the idea of giving a small tiny donation. So the thing I wanted to have a look at today was that Ko-fi or Ko-fi yesterday released the ability to connect to 3,000 other apps using Zapier. Now there's a couple of platforms like Zapier, another one's called IFTTT, or is it IFFFT? One of the ways around. And it allows you to take the functionality of a web app and plug it into another site, which then has connections via APIs into other programs. So what does this mean for the everyday person? Well, it means that you can do something on one platform and then pass the result of that into another platform, and that platform can then do an action. So for me personally, what's cool about this, just getting started on Ko-fi, is that I can send anybody who subscribes or hires me or does a commission or anything like that, which you can do on Ko-fi, I can send the result of that into another program. Might be an Excel spreadsheet, might be just a tweet, Trello board, or a mailer, like an email list. So I was super excited when I saw this yesterday being posted on Twitter, and went and had a read of the blog post, and it's just like I thought it was. They have the ability as well to create 5 different zaps that trigger 100 times in a month on Zapier's free plan. So I don't have to necessarily pay out on Zapier to get their paid account to be able to do this. So if I get like, I don't know, I'd be very lucky if I got 100 like orders in a month anyway. So even at that stage, you're probably okay to take out a subscription over on Zapier. So really cool, straightforward as you would expect from Ko-fi. You can set up like different triggers. So there's one here for donation payments, membership payments, commission payments, shop orders where the total payment was 0, no, trigger for shop orders with a payment. So there's lots of different kind of yes or no statements that you can do before you send it on to something else, which is really smart. So this is what Ko-fi normally looks like. I was dead lucky that I managed to get ko-fi.com/Phil. I haven't actually done much with it yet. I did buy the gold package for it for the year. And the reason why I did that is I was trying to set an intention of actually using it, and I've just not got around to fully getting the most out of this platform yet. But the idea behind Ko-fi is that you, instead of like having your, people following you on Twitter and Facebook and all these other programs, you can actually have them like all brought into here. So the way you might do that is you might put an image up, you might put a blog post up, you might put a video, some audio, and then as people kind of subscribe or do this one-time donate or maybe a monthly subscription, anything that you post, they get an email to say that you've added an update. So if you don't want to do any like blog hosting, or you want to bring people away from another platform from like TikTok or Twitter, then Ko-fi is a good way of doing that. So you can see here I've got like a commission slot that I've got, and then there's an about me, and then something that I'm saving towards, so you know that any of these like one-time or monthly subscriptions goes towards this goal. So let's have a step through into the back end. This is what the back end looks like. So you can see who's following, your followers, supporters, one-off payments, subscriptions, and then you can see down here how many page views you've got, and also things that you can do. So sharing an update, uploading images, opening your store, which is really nice. There's 0% listing fees, which is awesome. Buttons and widgets, so you can add like buttons onto your website, but also they have stream widgets. So as you're doing a live stream, you can have like a little stream widget in the corner which pops up and says you can donate here. And so if people are watching your content, maybe you're doing live streaming or OBS stuff or graphic stuff, as you're working, if people want to commission you because you're doing work that they want, then they can go and donate and subscribe, and they can get free stuff that you give away to subscribers. So it's really, really cool platform, and it does a lot of stuff that other ones that I looked at, like Patreon's cool, comes with a little mobile app, but I don't know, I really feel like this is home for me as a creative, So another thing that I will say about that post yesterday, maybe it's just that they haven't plugged it in yet, or maybe I just don't know where I'm looking, but I couldn't find it in our manage section. So you have to go to coffee.com/manage/Zapier, and then you get all the details that you need for your page ID and API key. I've obviously blurred those out because they're my keys, but you need those details when you go over to Zapier. And then on Zapier, if you do a search for coffee integrations, you can find that there's already a bunch of things that zaps that people have set up on Zapier. So for instance, this one is really useful to me. Create MailerLite subscribers from new coffee payments. So as soon as somebody becomes a donator or a monthly subscriber, I can send them across to MailerLite. And there's a bunch of other ones, like I say, there's just Trello cards, send a Gmail email for new payments. So what it does is it triggers an action. So if somebody comes into Coffee, you'd probably get an email from Coffee saying that something had happened. Somebody subscribed and somebody paid for a coffee. But the thing with this is that you can send it to something else. And so if I sent it into MailerLite, I can actually set up a campaign. So I've got campaigns, subscribers, forms, and sites. So I can actually send somebody into that. They get an email from Coffee saying thank you for your payment for the subscription, but they'll also get an email from MailerLite saying, do you want to subscribe, like a double opt-in, which is like asking you twice if you're okay with it, to log into maybe a campaign of 5 emails. And those 5 emails might be things that you're offering outside of Coffee, or maybe like an update when you make stuff, maybe weekly or monthly. So it's just a really nice, cool thing, especially if you're like on the go, moving around, flying around a lot. If you are the sort of person who just like once or twice a week manages to sit down to work on something, then it just like does a little bit of your social media and marketing for you, because you're automating some of that stuff. So I get a subscriber, I would normally just get an email, I'll be like, yay, somebody's gave me a donation or whatever, or somebody's booked me in for a commission. But normally then I would have to go back in and look for their email address and subscriber stuff. But if I can actually connect that in to MailerLite and create campaigns saying thank you very much, this is what I do, this is where I hang out, this is when I do live streaming, there'll be another email maybe in 2 weeks time, or 2 months time, or maybe 6 months time. So I really love this feature. I wasn't expecting it to come out. Coffee seemed to be putting loads of little bits and pieces into their platform, and it's really cool to see. So if you're looking to do something like sell some ebooks, or like do some commissions, do some graphics, even make a blog without having to do all the blog hosting, Coffee's really cool for that. And now it's got this bolted on feature to be able to like do automation as well, like sending people to email lists, or just sticking stuff into a Trello board, things like that. All right, that's it for me today. I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.